2.
Good evening. This doesn't look dangerous, does it? But it's killed plenty of men and women. It's made beggars of many and millionaires of a few. Mighty few. Oh, dear me. I'm terribly sorry. The Mark II Mazda MX-5. It was supposed to evoke the spirit of British sports cars of the 1960s, like the Mazda MX-5 and the Lotus Elan. But is it any good? Should you care? Why, let's find out, shall we? Matsuda! Hi! Okay.
Stop the record.
Yeah.
We are recording, so when you're ready.
You might notice we've had to switch cameras because the other one's had a bit of an error, but fortunately our footage wasn't lost, which is great. Yes, so we are back in the MX-5, not that you saw any of that, of course, and we are driving back on the same road, and I'm just reminded how nice this car is to drive. The instruments, nice and clear on this post-facelift car, like the post-facelift 323 at the time, and still got this rifle bolt gear change. The build quality of the interior actually feels quite solid. It's not the most perhaps inspiring of places, but it is pretty nice. One of the things to be aware of is it is quite difficult to climb in and out of this car with the hood on, and of course the day it's raining, so we have got the hood up, although later on you will see some images of the hood down because that was when it was nicer. The only other car I think I've ever driven which has this same level of driver engagement, and bear in mind that doesn't even have power steering, is my friend Adrian's 1971 Alfa Romeo GT Junior that has a 2000cc engine in it from a later Spider. That feels the same as this. The driving position isn't even as good, but that has the same level of kind of very, very old-fashioned feel. You know, we have got driver aids in this one though. We've got airbags, we've got ABS, but with the sort of drivetrain, I don't even think this car's got a dual mass flywheel. So it is a bit interesting if you know, you're a bit ham-fisted of a driver, and to be honest, I can be like that sometimes. That's why I tend to drive modern cars as opposed to these most of the time. But this has to be for the amount of money they're still being asked for, which you know, isn't really that much, although they're climbing all the time, so make sure you get one before the prices go stratospheric. The best kind of sort of cost ratio to driving enjoyment car that you can get. I don't want to promise anything that you will enjoy your MX-5 because they do have problems, but I'm having a great time.
Okay, did you want... Right.
And then it's just for drive-bys after that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, yeah, then we're done.
There's a bit of driveline shunt, which makes me think there probably isn't a dual mass flywheel in here. Okay, are we still going?
Still rolling. Rolling again.
In terms of the problems with an MX-5, just to elaborate on the rust issue, a lot of Japanese cars of the 1990s did have problems with rust around the arches in particular, and this car is no exception whatsoever. Rob has spent a lot of time, a lot of effort on this 120,000 mile example of getting those arches looking good, and also the sills. The sills tend to rot on these too. That's just something to be aware of if you're buying one of these cars, but it's not full of rust or full of fiberglass. And considering how old the car is, it's a 2003, so it's over 15 years old. Just so many miles it's done, it feels very tight. The gear shift feels rifle bolt accurate. The brakes are brilliant, the steering's brilliant. The suspension doesn't feel worn, so we suspect the bushes might have been changed at some point. but this is just a lot of fun. Not the most practical car in the world, not the most modern feeling car in the world, but people don't buy these cars for either of those reasons, and I can understand why. Thank you, Rob, once again for giving me this incredible experience. Ever since sitting in one of these in a dealership in Durham in 2002, I wanted to drive one, and it's an ambition finally fulfilled here. There we go, it's a good...
Okay,
ready now.
rolling. That's probably enough.
It is, yeah.
3, 2.
So then, what do I think of the Mark II MX-5? This is, without a doubt, the best roadster of its kind. It's really good to drive, it's very well thought out. I mean, it does suffer from rust and things like that, but what car from the late 90s does not? I reckon that if you can get one of these right now before they go stratospherically expensive, you'll be doing very, very well indeed. Oh, dear me, I'm terribly sorry. You may have noticed now, Mr. Bond, that we are very serious people. Your good health is of no concern to us whatsoever. Hopefully that the audio was okay.